Okay, now we should be good. Is it on Instagram?
Facebook Live ready? YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does this look like it's...
Yeah, it's ready. I can do it.
Okay.
I think so.
I thought I started that.
3, 2, 1, live! Hello, everybody. Come on in. We're getting set up here. We're trying to recover from a long weekend in NCECA. Long, amazing week. So if you weren't there, you're probably rested and wanting information. If you were there, you're like, your head's like trying to put your head back on, like from being blown away, right? Like me, just whoop. So good, so good. It's an amazing event. But I'm sure for a lot of you, me included, it's pretty anxiety provoking. Like, I want to go do this, I want to do that, I missed this. But yeah, so it was good. Jenny and Delaney and Matt were there too. So yeah, not working. Oh,
I think we gotta turn it off of the airplane mode for some reason. That's not letting it go.
okay.
But this one is.
All right. Checking connection. You are now live. Woo!
There we go.
We're here. Let's restart. Sorry, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. We're back. We are here. Pause due to poor connection. Oh, that's probably what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, well, a live guy's here.
Hello, Bill. Bill.
Instagram seems to be.
So we thought we'd talk a little bit about NCECA. Some fun things. Yeah, and like I was saying, it's kind of an overwhelming experience. There's like stuff going on, amazing things going on all the time. Exhibitions, lectures, demos at booths, artist talks at their booth. But hi, Bill. Thanks for joining. Do amazing work. Ooh, I see ICX Connect joined. That is the International Ceramics Expo. I forget the last two, but that's something you need to check into. Mickey and crew. Mickey is leading the trip next in a couple of weeks to China, so I'm excited about that. Getting prepped for that. We have some visitors coming the end of the week. Going to spring break with the kids next week. But yeah, busy time. But yeah, hi Tanya. Thanks for joining us from Germany. And actually, Tanya might know the Rhodas from Germany are coming to visit. So kind of excited about them visiting here, Benjamin and Tanya. So, yeah, so we're looking forward to it. So I'm just here in the shop here making some plates. Thought we'd talk a little bit about NCECA. And I think what I want to start off with first is like, there are so many amazing conferences around, so don't feel like you have to go to NCECA. It's big, overwhelming, expensive. Makes you spend every little penny you have to buy tools that are there. But if you're there, you kind of know. But yeah, it's a whirlwind. But there's some amazing one, and I think one of my favorites that's completely opposite of NCECA is the Functional Ceramics Workshop coming up. And unfortunately, because of spring break, I have to miss it this year. But one of my favorite people is going to be there, and I helped get her there, and I'm not even going to be there. But so Functional Ceramics Workshop, check it out. Just made a post, hopefully on Instagram and Facebook. So look up the details, and yeah, it's so quaint quaint is the word I would explain Functional Ceramics Workshop. They have amazing exhibition. They have a handful of amazing vendors, like the Resource Hall at NCECA. They have typically three presenting artists. And this year is a really nice combo because it's Carrie, oh shoot, now I'm going to forget Carrie's wife's name. But they kind of are a duo that live in the area and are traditional potters and wood fire potters and have amazing studios. So I'm imagining you'll get to go out to their place one of the evenings maybe. And so I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work with that schedule, but I would definitely put it on your list if you can do that. It's in a quaint little Ohio town where you can stay in a nice, comfortable hotel, the Best Western, or there's some fancy B&Bs or boutique hotels right downtown that you can then walk over to the conference each morning. So they do a really amazing job and really good. Oh, maybe Chris will be there next year. Chris will be a perfect presenter. I see Chris Cook's Kilns will talking about Functional Ceramics Workshop and the type of artists that are there, and they also have a really amazing the exhibition. They have some really quality work. It's been, I think it's like 54 years. They've been doing this for a long time. The original host kind of stepped down a couple of years back, but yeah, now they're it's run by the Ohio Craftsmen or OHC, I think. It's the Ohio Craftsmen's organization. So really high level craft and fine art. So it's a really good show. So that's one I'm really sad to be missing. If you like antique shopping, in between amazing lectures, and they do a really good job with the food. So it's such a really nice one. So get some friends and check it out. Functional Ceramics Workshop. So yeah, and let's see. NCECA, the big main thing. I was this morning. I was like, oh, let's just talk about all the fun things we got at NCECA. Some of the new tools. Chris there cooks. His handle is Chris Cook's Kilns. That's hard to say. That's probably why you have it. But him and Kelly were there with. Actually, I think I have something from them. That's some samples. They are making flecks of colored grog and specks to color and decorate your pots. So check them out online, Flecks and Specs. But they were there. There's a whole bunch of new people, lots of aprons, new bag companies. I think Sula takes the cake still of the bags, but and there's a lot of fun aprons and other hand tools. Did some demos with some of the MKM tools, and they have amazing tools as well. The Relief from Czech Republic was even there. They make also texture things much like MKM, but yeah. And I was able to. It was really fun for me because Mud Tools gave me this nice little pack, and this is kind of a little geek pack. It's got magnets in the middle, which you don't really need, but it's kind of fun to have. But they have the new Edgy tool, and give them some time. I think they're going to be shipping those out really soon, but they had to scramble to get enough stuff for NCECA, and they drove from North Carolina to Salt Lake City, so they might be just getting back home. So give them a little bit of time. They'll be out and raring to go. Let's see. Yes, gardening / coaching. It's definitely a real mental workout to go to NCECA. But so if you don't like big crowds and you don't like anxiety, that creates anxiety. That's NCECA. But if you are multitasker, want to know a little bit of everything, then it's really amazing. But that's what I'm saying. I'm really pushing hard on this Functional Ceramics Workshop because that's a really amazing opportunity. And it's the opposite. It's so chill. It's like they have nice chairs to sit in. They're really close to the presenters. It's really intimate setting and quaint. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So yeah. Go back to Mud Tools, the Edgy. So they will. I might have. I don't know. See, I was already fussing with one. They gave me some ones that didn't quite turn out. So I'm just kind of standing on them and messing with them. But I definitely encourage you to even alter things to make them work for what you're trying to do, right? So, but it's a really nice tool. What it is, it's I think we talked about it a little before, but it comes with 4 different size. Starts with a smaller one at I believe it's 1/4 of an inch. Then it moves up to 3/8, or maybe it's 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, half. So kind of helps with this groove. Make it have some slabs here. But see how we always have these really strong edges? These are really meant to be for groggy clay. So if you're going to clean them up and prep them at the end of your session, it's really efficient to wait till they're groggy, so you don't flex the clay with these small shallow slab created forms. It works really well at that time of leather hard when it's groggy to kind of then clean up and round that edge with this Edgy tool. So that is the main intention. I'm sure that a lot of you out there will find some other great intentions for it too. But yeah, they actually even made it in all 4 colors. I think the most popular one at NCECA was the red one. It sold out pretty quickly. Everybody seems to like the little softer red one, but yeah. We're going to have the yellow ones available, and they're sending us some too when they get back. We have had like 150 available. I think they might already be gone. But yeah, and if you order from now on, you might have to wait a week or so before your order goes out because we're just waiting on more stock. Yeah, Mickey talked about foot rings. It seems like that, right? It's and it could help. The only bad thing with the foot rings is that you have to have exactly the right amount of clay. So I guess you could switch, if you're making multiple ones, then it would help to. I'll show you here what she's talking about. And I always like to put a little different angle on there too, but yeah, so lots of different options. But you could then, it's interesting. I think it's funny because Sim. Tool company kind of copied our cut in half ones and then put them out, but thinking that they were really to make the foot, but really they're an edging tool, and that's where it's best for. But yeah, that's the thing. Everybody can find their own kind of way to make them work for what they're doing. But yeah. All right, have yours coming. Yes, I saw your order there, Bill. Good work. Yeah, and we shipped it today, so some of the ones that, and so unfortunately, like, we have, like, we're a small group here, and we only have a couple of us packing boxes, so, and we have over 500 more boxes to pack yet, so it might take a minute before we start to get your order out. We are really just catching up from the week before NCECA too, so some of you are already waiting for your orders. Yeah, we're a little behind, and NCECA always does that. It's it takes all of us to kind of participate in that and prep for that and do all of that. So yeah, not sure what color I'm getting. Yellow. Yeah, you are getting yellow. Yep. Yeah, because we're only going to carry yellow for now. I'm a big fan of for hand building that yellow is the best, but Mud Tools is really curious to see what you guys think about the other colors, and so they want to kind of put them all out there and experiment with them as we get there. So it's funny, they made these little grommets and little different things to go with them. You might have seen they had a little lapel pin attachment that I was wearing around in NCECA, but yeah. The only other thing I brought with me is this cup, and I'm really fascinated by this cup. So it really takes, I see so many thousands of cups, right? And so for me to buy a cup is, I'm inspired. But this one pours really nice. But the reason I bought it was I thought it was really clever. This artist is from Salt Lake City, I believe. I don't know him personally. I looked him up. His name's on the bottom of the cup, Joshua Flicker. And what he does is he layers colored slip, on the outside of the form, and then carves it. So it's got this, like, I don't know if you can really see it here. I'll show the Instagram here first. It's got this really amazing kind of subtle design.
We can try the top down too.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Let's try that.
Oh, it's a little, it's full.
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of get the idea. But if you look him up, you'll see kind of his work. He doesn't really show his process very much, which I don't understand because it's kind of, I'm surprised. It was a new thing for me and really clever. And so give him a little, so looks like he's got about a white slip, a blue slip, a brown slip, and a black slip with a white clay body. So he's got quite a few layers on here. But yeah, so I picked this up at one of the local studios, which is fun for me to go to the local studios and check out. This was at the Red Kiln Studio, which is an old a studio that's been established, studio that's been there for a long time. So yeah, it was fun to go there. So on Saturday we had a little time to kind of scope things out. But let's see what else. There was quite a few international companies in the resource hall. Tucker's, which is usually there from Canada, and Rhoda, which I mentioned, from Germany, Nabertherm from Germany, BTH from China was there. They had a lot of different options, and Amico, of course, had amazing things happening. They're not international, but American company, but and also Scott, the American company, L&L. Let's see who else. I'm probably missing a lot of places, but just kind of throwing them out there. Laguna was there, of course. So a lot of fun, smaller companies as well. Debbie Dela Cruz was there, rocking the house. Michael Harbridge working at Mako. Yeah, Mako had a really nice booth too. So it seemed like a large, massive show this year. So yeah, next year maybe we can do it. So yeah, does anybody I know? Sometimes people have a lot of curiosity or questions about it. I might just give you this time to have anybody have questions, concerns. Next year it's going to be in Detroit, and then the year after that it's going to be in Baltimore. They just announced that this week. So we're in Michigan here, so I'm not sure how we might do a pre-con event or a post-con event, but we're 2.5 hours from where NCECA is, so it's not the most convenient for people, and so we'll see how that goes. I might even do a limited kind of stay and play event, we'll just say. Oxbow, and I haven't talked to him, so this is just dreaming. Oxbow is this really amazing setting on near Lake Michigan. It's not on Lake Michigan, but it's on the Oxbow of Lake Michigan. But it is amazing residency place for Chicago Institute of Art, and so they do all their summer programming there, and so it's kind of they look for groups to come there in the spring and in the fall, so that they can kind of be open and raise funds for the summertime. So hopefully we're looking into that, and they got to look into that soon so people can plan. But it might be like a 20 to 30, only house like 20 or 30 people, so it would be kind of a special arrangement to be in that. So we will see. I will let you know. And Let's see, anything else coming up? Yeah, so hopefully we're gonna do another. We'll do another live on Friday, but then I'm gonna be out of the state, then out of the country. So we got a lot to do the next week and a half here to kind of prep for being gone. But I'm really looking forward to spending time with Mickey and the rest of the crew going to China. So yeah, I'm all prepared for that. You thought it was only for professional? NCECA is that's a really good point, and I think it's really good to know that NCECA is really. It started out for academic professors mainly that would come and meet each other and then share ideas and then have their students come and then they would do demonstrations and then they probably started doing shows where they brought their work and then they started inviting manufacturers and then the manufacturers brought all of the all range of potters, from brand new potters that are in the local to people that fly in from all over the world to check out what the new latest and greatest tools are. So it's and a lot of the Europeans say that there's nothing like it in Europe or the rest of the world. So it really kind of creates this kind of global hub for ceramics, and there's one area where it's all just the conference or just all the vendor hall, the resource hall, but it also has like if you're looking for pottery tours or places to go, there's a bunch of lists of bunch of tables of places. I visited one. Some friends of mine are going going there in October in Italy. So yeah, it's a good little deal. Oh, hey Brian, my friend Brian. Oh man, he came to visit because unfortunately, like where he lives, it's like being devastated by ice storms. It's crazy. And then first they had an ice storm, and then they had a tornado, and they just had a tornado not too long ago. So like they're in the like epicenter of this chaos, craziness. So in Michigan here, in northern Michigan. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're in Ohio, you should do it. And you can attend. I'm pretty sure you can attend one day or both days, but it's in Worcester, so it's one little town, and then it's the Amish country all around. So yeah, 11 forms. Let's see. So it looks like it's kind of wobbly here, but I just have that, my clay is just a little bit off center, so. But that's why I like to cut the slab right at the end. And I'm going to add a little foot on here, so I'll use my saw tool. Anybody else have oh good, Courtney in Clayland says, are you had, yes, it's kind of exploring having some tools made in China is one thing, but really it's a tour, pottery and food tour, imagine that. But Mickey, who is hosting the tour, or the tour guide, she has a translator coming too. She's Korean American. She does a lot of Korean tours. She has a Korean tour coming up in the fall. So if you have the time and the money to travel, it's an amazing opportunity. And Mickey has connections, a lot of connections in Korea, but now also then in China. So yeah. So we are going to Yixing. I don't know if I say that right. I'm not very good at words. But Yixing is where they make those little mini teapots, like handmade teapots. So I'm really excited about that. Being a hand builder, mainly. Then we're going to Zhengzhou. That's like the porcelain capital of the world, I think. I'm not even sure, but now it has all these, as I understand it, it has all these tool shops and just amazing things. And there's a lot of other organizations that just go there. If you go on a trip to China, we'll probably, if it's pottery related, you will go there to the city. And then we're going up to the Yellow Mountains, near the Yellow Mountains, for to do a 5-day workshop with Sager firing and Raku firing. So I'm kind of excited to be able to dig some work, and also stuff that I don't always usually get to do. Sager firing is one of those things where I don't think I've ever Sager fired, actually. But Sager firing means that they're taking pots and then putting them into another pot, basically, and then firing them. So it kind of protects them from, it creates its own atmosphere inside of the pot. So it's, yeah, I'm really curious to see how that process is. But it's a low fire process. So. Hello, South Africa. Thanks for joining. So I'm just gonna I'm making plates here for home, actually, hopefully. Unless I don't really like them, and then they might be available. Everybody has different tastes and expectations, so if they don't meet my expectation, then I might sell them sometime, someplace. But yeah. Let's see. Another thing to talk about a little bit is that Salt Lake City is an amazing city. Really enjoyed there. Lots of fun restaurants and all different levels of restaurants, and the mountains. The setting that it's in is amazing. It's unbelievable with the snow-capped peaks this time of year. We went to what's it called? Antelope Island, which is an island on the Great Salt Lake, and it's kind of seems like a animal refuge for bison and antelope and some other kind of critters. But kind of one sad thing we saw, which never ever seen before, was the area where we went to check out the beach was littered with small ducks that had apparently died in with the bird flu. So I never saw something like that. It was really sad, but yeah. And it's kind of a strange setting already, in a sense. Like, it's real barren because of the soil, probably the salt. And then to see that was kind of eerie. It was really windy that day too, so. Yep. Hi, Stacy. You made it home? Yeah. Now, I lost my friend. Now you're friends with Jenny and Delaney now. Yeah. So now, which is good. I think they passed the test with flying colors. Like, they don't need me to go to shows, so maybe you'll see them sometimes without me. Maybe for sure at ClayCon West in January. So it's gotta be fun for all of us to go there. So we'll see how it all works out. Traded you in, yeah. Well, are you home sweet home in Mesquite, right? Anybody else that was in NCECA want to share their thoughts? One thing you did? I think one thing to know, like, that, yeah, okay, good. So I struggle with knowing how to trim the edge of the plate. That is a fantastic question, Teresa. It's, and I think we get this question a lot. There's all these little subtleties, right? It's like, you feel like it's, fairly simple, but there's all these choices to make. And let's see, I don't know, maybe up the top camera, maybe. I think I probably have it a little bit of an angle. Let's see here. I don't know if you can really see. Facebook or Instagram, can you see? So what I try to do, and I might have not quite, because we always make the adjustment at the end, so if maybe go back to that front camera, maybe. So you can see that I'm trying to make a cut perpendicular to the angle of the side of the form. So that's my kind of goal. So then it kind of gives me as much surface area on that edge as possible. And so, so yeah, it's that's what I'm kind of going for. And then I'm trying to be on the wood, not like against the edge of the form. Excuse me. So you can see it's just in from that outside edge, and that gives me the most option to have the cleanest edge. Oh, say hi to Paula for me. I never connect enough with Paula. Oh, that's there's an interesting thing. If you see, I can spend your money for you easily. If you just let me know, I can help you. I'm a spender myself, so watch out. But Stacy is headed to South Point Casino. It's not on the Strip, so it's a really nice venue. I don't know if Stacy's been to this before, but it is really fun, and they have glass classes, like mainly like beads, jewelry, other types of classes, and that are happening inside the convention center of that casino. So for like 4 days, so you can do I don't think you can really do glass blowing, but you can use torches and fusing, and I feel like they bring like 70 kilns there, so you'll get to finish your work while you're there. And yeah, it's amazing show. I would visit it one time, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, Teresa, yeah, like 90 degrees, exactly from 90 degrees from the angle of the side of the form. That makes sense. So yeah, Butte, Montana. You bought your first form. Thanks, Amy. Can't wait to start playing. Glad to see this live. Good tips. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. So I like to kind of just try to share some inspiration and some tips. And so yeah, hopefully in May and through the summer we're going to do a lot more. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But there's a lot going on. I think the next little trip that I'm going to go on for the next dealer event is in New Mexico in the beginning of May. So yeah. All right, get somebody another question. Oh, your first time at NCECA, and you teach high school ceramics and sell your work. Good. Oh yes, it's especially for a teacher or educator, right? It's really set up for show you all the tools, the options, 3D printing, all kinds of stuff, for sure. So yeah, I'm glad. And the thing is, if you like it, then you kind of get hooked, and you kind of you join the ones that go every year. I had some random GR party forums. It was really cool to see them in use. I will be purchasing more for sure. Yeah. Yep. So. And for those that may be new, this GR pottery forms are really MDF forms to help you to give you support through the drying process for shallow serving containers, functional pottery. A lot of people have found other ways to use them as well, but the main real purpose is to kind of help you to create something over and over and over and over again. And in most cases, like you see, I have a stack of 8 forms here, so I'm hoping to make 8 plates, and then I'll be able to do that. So just gonna trim away a little bit of this outside edge here. Oh, hopefully that's not too much. Yikes! I might better just in case. So I'm just using the wheel spinning. You can do all this by hand, but this is my favorite tool right now, so I try to find excuses just to use it. But what I can do is I can cut a foot. Then it's the same moisture content and the same, I can kind of control a little bit, so I'm doing the same thickness. And with this system, what we're doing is this has 2 parts. It's got one with a center hole and one without, and I use the non-hole one to kind of prep the slab, and then I use it's got these fancy little groove here. It makes it easy to kind of locate it and kind of keep it on the potter's wheel. And then the third piece that would come with is this little piece. Comes with 2 pins, but I only like to use one because it's just easier to make things happen. And then what I do is I take my form, which has 2 holes, and I put the center hole on the pin, and that now kind of now houses it to the top of the wheel head. And well, Stacy loves a new edgy. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? And shouldn't really kind of flop this around like I was just doing, but it's live camera. Why not? All right. And part of the reason I'm kind of doing a demo today too is a lot of you had such nice kind of comments about these live videos, so I really appreciate your kind words, and glad to see that it's gives you good information. So yeah. So now so first I kind of moved all the clay towards the form. Now I am going to compress it with a rib. And that's the tricky thing with slabs, is we really got to remove that. And I never really understood that at the beginning, so when you get there, you get there. But there is this kind of weird tension in the clay, and so then when it's under pressure, under fire, under high heat, it starts to kind of move to where it find weak spots or how you bend it. But really, we're taking a flat piece of clay and then bending it over a 3-dimensional form. So so. My chair is really kind of at a bad angle, so I already have bad posture probably, but it's probably promoting more bad posture. We gotta get Debbie to do lives. Yeah. Oh, she's doing amazing things already, so that's the least thing is to add another thing to her list. Yeah. I heard she was doing a podcast talk though yesterday, so you have to listen for that or wait for that to come out. Alright, so I'm just using a compass to kind of as a measurement. And I could use it as to measure a rim too, but in this case I'm just making the and the reason I only need one pin while we're kind of chatting away here, I only need one pin because all this clay outside of the wood is holding everything, locking everything in place. It's pretty stuck. There's not a lot of tension on there, so. So I didn't actually even need that extra coil. Got enough here. One thing I think, I have this studio space here, kind of enclosure in the back of the warehouse, and it's really nice that I can control the draft here. I can kind of shut it down so there's no draft. And to me, that's the ideal setting for preventing warping. So every little factor can kind of throw off your piece, so it's really nice to be able to kind of have an environment that I can control what and I'm just kind of eyeballing the center part. It's you know, about 2.5 inches or so, just repeating it over and again. And I can get really particular, but I'm removing some clay too, so make a little knob in the middle. There's your package. I don't know if you can hear the chatter in the background, but that's the chatter with the USPS driver with some of your packages going out. Bill, I think yours is in there. You're still here. But Jenny was even packing up some edgy tools this morning because they were super easy to just kind of put out there for those that didn't have any other orders. A lot of the rest of you, we combined your orders so you won't have to pay the extra shipping. And let us know. It's easy to just add in another order, and then we'll refund you, or you can call us and we'll fix your order. Not call us, you can just email customer care. Jenny will take care of you. So if you don't want a refund, it just add on to your order. If you have to add on to the order, what we need to do is just have you follow a link and pay for that link, and that will get that make your order get shipped eventually here. One thing I like to explore, and I don't know what, I still haven't had to come to a conclusion. You know, the clay really requires our attention and kind of keeping a track along the process. So it's really difficult if you have a situation where you can only go into the studio once a week. But basically, I'm going to keep an eye on these until I can use one finger to kind of lift it up off the form. And for me, that has given me the best formula for success for these plates. And here we were talking about this earlier. What I'm going to do is try to hold this perpendicular 90 degrees to the angle of the form, and I would say it's about like that. So just kind of eyeballing, because we gotta just gently add the knife into the clay. As it spins, as you feel like you're in control, start to press down, and until you hear it hit the clay or the wood, the form. Made this little stamp, kind of doing like a 10-year anniversary series of plates here, even though we're in the 11th year already. Inspired. Oops, made a oops. But the beauty is that there's really not much more to do with these plates. They're pretty much ready to go here. The one thing I didn't really talk too much about at NCECA was there's so many glaze options now, right? And new clay, yeah. There's so many. It's a kind of a fun time in the clay world. Lots of interest and hi Liz, Montana. Thanks for joining. Oh, there's Katie. Hi Katie. I'm so disappointed. I've been telling everybody to come see you because you're so amazing. They're going to be at Functional Ceramics Workshop, and I'm not going to be able to be there. Oh, sad. We haven't really talked about it too, but I am sponsoring the conference. Could have a table, but maybe Delaney or Jenny will want to go. Well, I've been talking about it. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'll send you some. Yes. Katie's. That's be funny. Katie is referring to at NCECA we had some temporary tattoos, and we had just a few left, so they're coming back with the palette. So hopefully they'll arrive soon. But yes. All right. So maybe I'll finish with throw a loop for Delaney here, maybe. And do. I've had a lot of people talk about this. When I do live demos, I like to talk about making slabs. So maybe we'll finish here at the end, and yeah. So yeah. And I don't know if Katie, if you saw the new edgies, but maybe I have to send you one of these edgies too. So yeah, they ran out of red ones really quickly, but yes. So we're gonna do a little switch. If you have vertigo or emotion, hang on tight.
Yeah, look away for a
Look
second.
away. Close your eyes. We're gonna move over here. Woo, woo, woo. And yeah, we can actually go right here, I think, too, Delaney.
Yeah.
We have cameras on wheels, but You know, it's interesting. Yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely email me. We can talk. Anything else you might need too. So, yeah. So, what I do, I have a slab roller here, nice Bailey slab roller. It's actually a little too big for what I really need, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is a couple things. First thing I'm going to do is cut the clay. So what I do is I just remove the whole block of clay from the bag, and then what I just do is take a wire tool and then cut through the slab just a little bit thicker than what I need. And I'll move it here in a second. So let me cut the. So maybe I'll just cut 4 of them here. And you can get. They have things to be specific, but you know you kind of alter as you go, right? So now, what I do is I just lay these chunks of clay. And I kind of analyze how thick they are. The first one was a little bit thinner, so I want to maybe take my fattest one and put it behind that one. And I'm just going to overlap them so that they have a little bit of overlap. And before I even kind of compact them, what I want to do is grab my form. And I did this before to make this other plate, so I know that all I need is 2 slabs wide. And it creates enough space. Gap. I'm going to give you a full view here, maybe Instagram, so you can kind of see how maybe I can see the width, so it's about 1 inch bigger than what I really need. And so now all I'll do is take and pound down. And I figured out if I cut these at about 3/8 of an inch of the thickness that I cut them, I can get 3 plates out of this. And so here's another little trick, which is a simple thing if you have a slab roller. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this with the camera. And maybe soon these will be available to purchase, but I had made these for those edgy tools just to kind of have a scientific measurement. So you could put these 2 together to get a third, fourth, I guess it would be 4th measurement. So this is number 1 on that edgy tool, number 2, number 3, and then number 4. And what I'm meaning by that is what I can do is I can take, and I'm pretty sure these are number 2s. I can put these in my rollers in each side. You can kind of see the one on the camera here. And then I can kind of rotate down until it hits that board and then maybe lift up a little bit. But basically what this will do is give you a consistent measurement every time. So if you don't have your own personal studio and you want to make sure it's the same every time, it's really nice to have these spacer, I forget what they're called, but yeah, anyway. So it's a really nice option to do that, to find something that will kind of help you measure that every time. But yeah. One thing to note though, that it's really interesting that you may even get a little variance of thickness of your slab if you have different wetnesses of clay. But yeah, so back to here. What I like to do is I like to see where the clay is, how it's reacting. I want to make sure it's not going to get caught. And then I feed it into the kiln or feed it into the rollers. Make sure it didn't get stuck before I get too far. We're in good shape. And then let it run through there, and then I can kind of watch how the clay, and sorry you can't see that on Facebook and YouTube, but you can kind of see how if you didn't measure your slabs quite right and want to adjust the clay back here as you're in motion. But I did pretty good there where it's kind of staying uniform and even. There we go. So let me just grab a knife and board. And I think Facebook, Instagram. Twist this a little bit. Now I can pull this from the other side. And then I can make my cuts here just slightly bigger than the form. So you see that I have a little extra on the edges, but ooh, it's going to be close here. But the point is you don't really want to waste a lot of your slab here, that moisture. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do here. So even more content. See over there? Grab a board. And I think we get really particular with making slabs. I hear a lot of times people run them back and forth through the slab roller. But you can see just this one time, look how much moisture there is. It's really wet right here. So every time you run through the slab roller, you're squishing out more moisture. So if you want to, eliminate some of that moisture, then I guess that would be okay. But I like to have that moisture in there and have it nice and fresh. So for this one, now you can see that I don't have quite enough clay right here. So all I do is take this and add some clay there. Try to push away the edge here. Make sure it's and maybe just a little bit more on this edge here. And that's why I like to use fresh clay, because you have a lot more forgiveness and ways to just kind of reconnect it. That's looking pretty good. Maybe one little spot here. But I think it's really critical to have, if you're using like a long, wide form, to make sure that you have the width that you need. I can adjust this here in a minute, but now what I can do is trim away this here. Try to keep this clay as fresh and as much moisture in there as possible. So that might be able to just reuse this clay again. But here we go. So let's move this one over. I'll show you how I deal with this. Alright, a little movement here again. I'll just finish with showing you this slab here. This one that got all quilted together here. Go. Hopefully you can see that. So, first what I do is I just compress on this side and remove any extra clay. And it's just, think about a nice back and forth motion with your rib. Well, really you're just going one motion, one direction, but so then I can quickly just clean up that extra clay, right? And then before I can press anything, I want to turn it over. And I might steal some, do you have that knife over there, Delaney? Did you see that? Is it still there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. And so what I do is then, instead of like squishing this together, I'm going to add extra clay on this side. Oh, did I miss some questions? I want to see what the new edger. Oh yeah. Oh, you'll have to wait, Diana. Unfortunately, I don't have any leather hard pieces at the moment. It doesn't really work with soft clay, I don't think. I'm not patient enough for that to work, but once it's leather hard, so in about 3 or 4 hours, I might give you some updates on where I'm at with these plates, and kind of go right through the whole process of these. So if you re-watch from the start, you'll see. Okay, oh yeah. Yeah, and so then I just, again, remove, before I do any compressing, I'm just removing some of that extra clay that's created by filling those gaps. And the smoother the better. So now that it's all smooth, lately I've been kind of switching to this and starting with the small rib. We had a little bubble in there. You can see all the tricks. So if you have a bubble, just pop the bubble and then add some more clay in there. And I think it works so much better to fill in the gap instead of move clay from around it to the gap. So and we're probably going to stop after I compress this, so if you have any final questions, now will be the time. Otherwise, maybe we'll maybe even show the finished fired pieces on Friday, and then talk about something else. So, thank you all for coming. And again, if you have availability, I think it's in 2 weeks. Well, it would be not this coming weekend, but the following weekend is Ohio. Check it out. It'd be Katie would love to see you. And I think it'll be an amazing year with Kerry and his wife presenting as well. All right, and there we are. Well, all right, everybody. Make sure you get into that studio, and make sure you have a happy attitude, positive attitude, smile on your face, and I guarantee you'll have much more fun making work, right? So worry about what you can do instead of what you can't do, and it'll be a lot more fun. So thank you, everybody. Thanks again for those that came to and said hi at NCECA, and look forward to seeing you on the path. Bye now.